It's great to be here after 4 months. You know, it was a year and 9 months without fighting, and then they just rushing me into fights, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, right into my next one. I mean, before your UFC debut against Julian Erosa, you were going through a 2-year layoff. How does it feel to be active again as you approach your second fight this year?
Great. For 1 second, in the middle of the camp, I felt a little bit of stress. I felt that I wasn't doing enough for some reason, and I had to sit down and talk to my coaches, and they told me, it's like, man, the thing is this, like, they told me, we're not being like softer with you or nothing. It's just, since the last fight, I didn't even rest a week. I think even on Friday after the fight, I was already hitting pads again. And the thing is that I was so constant in everything that the evolution of me happened just naturally, right? So cardio, strength, technique, everything just kind of evolved. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. Everything has been great.
And you got the call to be a part of Noche UFC. How special was that for you when you received that news?
History, brother. History in the making. I'm so happy to be able to have my name in this part of history, because, I mean, it's the first one ever in this September 16. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to put up a performance for you guys. And just enjoy the fights, guys.
And they even placed you on the main card. How did that feel?
Amazing. I said it the last time, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to show you guys why I deserve to be there. I know a lot of people is like, oh, why is he in the main card? Why is this? But, hey, I'm going to show you guys.
Your opponent, Kyle Nelson, coming off a big win at UFC 289. What do you make of his last performance, and what do you make of him as an opponent?
The last fight that he had, I know his opponent. I trained with him a little bit, Blake. So that gave me a lot of view about how Kyle kind of works. I think physically he's really strong, like really strong, because I know Blake is. So if he was able to control Blake, defending the takedowns how he was doing it, it means that he's strong. So I work everything around that too. When I step in the cage, I want to be the stronger man. I don't want him to be the strong man. So working my conditioning, working my cardio, in my strength, and then in my skills. You know, I've been just kind of like sharpening them, like tightening the knots and getting better.
And your debut was here at the UFC Apex. This time around, significantly higher stakes over at the T-Mobile Arena in front of a sold-out crowd. Majority of Mexican fan base is going to be there. How's that going to be like for you?
Excelente, excellent, perfect. I've been waiting for this all my life. I knew at one point in my career Mexico was going to be on the card. You know, all the Mexico is going to be in the arena. If it wasn't here, it was going to be in Mexico City. So like, it was just a question of time. Right now, I think everything is being fluid. Everything is just like flowing. So I feel that I'm just going with the waves. The last fight, this fight, and even how the last fight happened, you know, how fast it was. I was just flowing, and I constantly been on it.
Y algunas en español rapidito para la comunidad hispana. ¿Cómo se siente ver el crecimiento y el avance de las artes marciales en México y en toda Latinoamérica?
How do you feel the growth for the people? How do you feel to see this growth and advancement of mixed martial arts in Mexico for everybody?
Se siente excelente, hermano, excelente. Cuando yo me vine aquí a Estados Unidos en 2016, el año después de eso, que fue 2017, estuvo muy seco. México estuvo completamente seco en torno a MMA. Me acuerdo que no hubo eventos, no había gente haciendo eventos, incluso no había gente invirtiendo dinero en las MMA. Y de repente en el 2018 empezó el boom de los eventos amateur. Empezaron a hacer muchos eventos nacionales, amateur, y pues obviamente las carteleras se volvieron más grandes. Pero en torno al crecimiento en México, es increíble, o sea, ve los campeones que tuvimos, los que tenemos, los que vamos a tener y todo el talento que está saliendo.
Excellent. I mean, when I came to the United States, I remember like 2016, Mexico just went through this whole dry spell, this whole dry year, and nothing was happening, no events were happening, people weren't investing in MMA, nothing was going on over there. And on the following years, you started seeing some amateur events, and things started happening. You can see it now. You can see it. It's incredible. You can see the champions we've had, the champions we have, the champions we're still going to have. It's amazing to see it.
Y una más, ¿tienes algún mensaje para la comunidad hispana que va a ver tu pelea este sábado?
And also a message for all the Spanish community, all the Spanish-speaking community, the Hispanic community that are going to be watching your fights on Saturday.
Para todo México y toda Latinoamérica, sigan sus sueños, sí se puede, sí se puede. O sea, es así de fácil, nomás tienen que trabajar duro por ellos y seguirlos. Viva México y pues vamos a darle.
For all Mexicans, for all Latin America, just keep hunting on your dreams. Don't give up. And yes, you can. Just keep dreaming, and yes, you can. It's simple as that. Keep working at it, and you're gonna get there. All right, let's go.
Gracias.
Fernando, perdón, ¿te gustaría que UFC empezara a hacer esto como ya una tradición? Esta es la primera vez que hace un evento el Día de la Independencia, pero ¿te gustaría ver que fuera ya algo anual?
As this is the first time that the UFC does an event on the Mexican Independence Weekend, would you like that to become a tradition?
Sí, sí, pero pues es que también depende mucho de la compañía, ¿verdad? O sea, uno como mexicano, lo mejor que puede hacer ahorita, y no tanto como mexicano, como peleador, es representar a su país de la mejor manera. Todos nosotros hoy, bueno, este fin de semana, nuestro trabajo es ir a ganar, ir a enseñar que estas cartas que van a ser para los mexicanos deben de quedarse porque nosotros vamos a dar buenas peleas. También, obviamente, no es un mito de que si llegamos a perder, o sea, peligro y no se vuelva a hacer otra carta mexicana, ¿verdad? Pero nosotros llegamos dispuestos. Yo siento la energía que tienen todos. No conocía a muchos, no conocía a Alexa, no conocía a Bajamontes, no conocía a Raúl, ¿verdad? Incluso a Chaires. Son personas que yo sigo desde hace mucho en torno a peleas, pero no los conocía. Y conocerlos ahorita, ver la energía que todos traemos como mexicanos es increíble. Es increíble, hermano. Venimos a darlo todo.
Of course, I would love it to happen, but we can't worry about that because as a fighter, not just as a Mexican, but as a fighter, what you can do is just to represent, to give your best and represent your country to the best of your abilities. And I just feel it. And there's energy, and all of us are here, and I can feel the energy of everybody here. And there's no thing about all we can do is just keep winning for them to understand how worth we are to having a card like this. And there's the whole myth about like, oh, if we lose these fights, they're not going to give us a card back. No, that's not it. I can feel the energy. All I can tell you is like there's a lot of people I haven't met. I hadn't met Alexa before. I hadn't met Mahomes before. I didn't meet Chaires, and now I met him, and it's the energy. I mean, we're going for it.
Oye, pero ¿no sientes un nivel de responsabilidad? Porque, por ejemplo, Brasil ya está bien establecido, se sabe que ciertos eventos anuales va a tener, igual Australia, pues lo que es los Reinos Unidos, etcétera, etcétera. Los mexicanos, pues como que apenas están llegando o se siente que pues tienen una llegada un poco más tarde que otros países. ¿No sientes como una responsabilidad de ganar para seguir este tren del éxito que está teniendo México en el 2023?
Do you feel that there's some amount of responsibility that you have? Because if you think about it, Brazil, well established, the events are always going to happen there. Australia, same thing. It's been for a while. Same thing for the UK. Mexico came in late a little bit into the fold. But do you feel, I mean, now that you're here, that you need to keep winning, and there's a little bit of responsibility to keep this trend of winning that we've seen in 2023?
Lo dije la vez pasada, igual me preguntaron lo mismo, que cómo se sentía representar a mi país y a México en la pelea pasada y todo mis sentimientos sobre eso. Los sentimientos no cambian, hermano. Cuando yo me salí de mi casa en Chihuahua y me vine aquí a Estados Unidos, yo ya venía cargando con todo México. No venía cargando nomás con mi familia, no venía cargando con mis amigos, yo venía cargando con todo México desde que me vine aquí a representar. Es una mochila que yo ya llevo conmigo, es una mochila y un peso que ya es natural para mí. Y eso me encanta porque me hace fluir mejor, me hace ser un mejor peleador. Obviamente los nervios están ahí, vamos a pelear, pero no hay nervios por perder, no hay nervios por representar. Todo eso yo ya lo llevo en mí, y yo sé que voy a dar lo mejor de mí y la gente le va a gustar.
I've said this before in my last fight, and I'll say it again. When I came to the United States, when I came here, it wasn't just for myself. It wasn't just for my family. It wasn't just for my friends, but for those who train. I always came carrying Mexico with me. It's a weight and a responsibility that Mexico has always been with me. It's always been with me. It's something that we carry with us, and we're always going to represent this, and we're always going to keep doing this and continuing it, no matter what happens. And I will continue to represent Mexico and forever.
Fernando, right here. obviously beforehand you shook everybody's hand from front to back, and it really matters that you're talking about how you're really staying in the moment for this fight. Of course, there's significance of it. It's history in the making. You're representing your country. Elaborate on, from the time that you've started till now in that journey, and you're reflecting upon that, why does this matter so much to you?
Because this matter like this, because this is everything I work for, brother. I remember when I was really, like, not really young, right, but maybe 10 years old, and then start there, I start having this feeling of, I know I'm going to be someone. I know I'm going to be something in this life. And I never knew what it was. I never find what it was till I step in the mats. When I step in the mats for the first time in my life, I knew that this was my goal, my dream, my whole entire, I was born for this. That's how I felt when I stepped in the mats. And then when I got into the UFC, man, it was crazy. It was the best feeling in the world. It was everything I dreamed, everything I sacrificed for. My mom and my dad, the time with my family, the time with, like, my grandpa's dead, the funeral, like, you know, like, my grandma having Alzheimer, not even remembering the family, and I'm not even there. And sometimes they call me and she don't even know who I am, bro, and that shit's really hard. But all that is what this means for me. Like, I want to be here and show that I'm going to be a champion for me and for all that sacrifice that I've been doing for years. Like, I know I'm not the only one, and I might be getting more sentimental than other people, but it's been years of not being with my family, seeing them passing through, like, tough stuff, and I'm here just training and fighting, like, here in America, in California, and I'm not going to let all that time, all that stuff that happened in all this time to go to waste. This means everything for me. Everything. Like, everything.
It's interesting you mentioned all that. Is there a moment in time or a story that comes to mind when you think about it, whether it's that first moment when everything clicked, like, this is what I want to do, or you're talking to your family over the phone, or you finally got that UFC debut? Is there anything that stands out to you, like, yeah, this is what represents me?
There's two moments that I think they're going to be forever in my head right now. It's when I win the title in Fury FC, and Dana White was there and he signed me. That night is going to be forever in my head, man. It's crazy how I got to meet people and I got to see people that I thought I would never meet, I would never talk to them. Having the boss man tell me that, hey, man, you're in the UFC, telling my mom and my dad that I was in the UFC, that's a moment that I'm always going to keep with me, and that kind of motivated me to, like, push harder, even through all that year that I didn't fight. That's why I was so like, on it. And then this last fight that I had here in the Apex, when they put my mom and my dad in the back, a few of the people here saw, but, man, that moment over there, when my dad was telling me that this is just the beginning, it was true. This is just the beginning. We're going for everything.
Congrats and good luck tonight.
Thank you,
Saturday.
man. Appreciate you.
Fernando, just one here in the back. Can you share any insights into your mental preparation leading into this fight? Like how you plan to maintain composure and focus in such a high pressure situation?
For me, it's been always the same since I started fighting professionally. My coach back in Chihuahua, Coach Mauricio, he told me the way that he prepared for fights, and I feel that it suited me really well. He constantly think about winning. He told me, think every single situation that a fight can go and think about winning. Think about if he punched you, think about punching him back. Like if your mind runs all the way till him winning, find a way to run it till you win. You know, like even if he's winning positions, imagine you getting out of it, trying to get better of the position out of him. And that's what I do every time I go to sleep. I literally see myself with the hand raise, like constantly every day. Another thing that keeps me really good with my mind is just training hard. As long as I know that I'm putting everything in every single training for this camp, my mind is clear, is calm, and that's how I feel.